This segment is brought to you by A.J. Doman Chevrolet. We say yes when others say no.
Hey everybody, welcome back into Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. It's time to check in with Assumption Parish and see what's happening down there with Commander Lonnie Cavalier. Thanks so much for joining us, Lonnie. How's the week for you guys?
Thanks, Harry, for having us. I'm doing well.
Okay, let's start with first was a traffic incident. It's an off-road vehicle. We had talked about this, I think, last week, and the number of off-road vehicles that end up on the road. So take us through that one.
Yes, Jason Michael on call 45 of 1118 Highway 3185 in Thibodeau was arrested on felony drug charges following a traffic stop on LA 401, which is also the Canal Road. A uniformed patrol deputy assigned to the ICE detail observed an ATV off-road vehicle traveling on Highway 401 and conducted a stop of that vehicle. The deputy made contact with the driver, now identified as Jason Michael on call, and engaged on call in an officer violator interview. At the end of that interview, the deputy concluded that additional investigation was warranted. The deputy requested consent to search the ATV, which on-call consented to. During that search, a quantity of methamphetamine was located and seized. Jason Michael on-call was arrested and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on charges of possession of methamphetamine, safety helmet violations, and off-road vehicles on roadway. Jason Michael on-call remains incarcerated pending a bail hearing.
Okay, and we move on to a Napoleonville incident, and this one has to deal with a warrant.
Okay, Christian Michael Fielder, 26 of 113 Mercury Street, Pierpont, was arrested on a warrant charging him with a probation parole violation. Christian Michaels Fielder was convicted of felony theft in Assumption Parish on June 17, 2024. As a result of that conviction, Christian Michaels Fielder was placed on supervised probation and was ordered to abide by special conditions. Christian Michaels Fielder violated the conditions of his probation, resulting in a warrant being issued for his arrest on July 8th of 25. Christian Michaels Fielder was arrested in Pierpont on Saturday and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on charges of warrant from Louisiana Department of Corrections for a probation parole violation. Christian Michael Fielder remains incarcerated and was ordered held without bond.
And again, another example of how you guys work together. This time you're working with Livingston Parish and a fugitive warrant.
Yes, sir. Joseph Russell Underwood, 43 of 115 Cross LaRue Street, Pierpont, was arrested on fugitive warrants from Livingston Parish following a traffic stop on Highway 1 near Highway 70 in Pankerville. A uniformed patrol deputy observed the vehicle commit a traffic violation and executed a stop of that vehicle. The deputy made contact with the driver, now identified as Joseph Russell Underwood, and initiated an officer violator interview. During the investigative stop, the deputy conducted a warrant check and determined that Joseph Russell Underwood was wanted by the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office on multiple charges. Joseph Russell Underwood was arrested and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on warrants from Livingston Parish, charging him with possession of a Schedule 4 controlled dangerous substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, no driver's license, and speeding. Joseph Russell Underwood has been transferred to the custody of Livingston Parish.
Okay, and we move over to a stolen vehicle report, and this one again comes with somebody from New Orleans and Assumption Parish.
Yes, the Kyra Marie Scott, 37 of 7128 Deanne Street, New Orleans, Louisiana, was arrested on a warrant from the Louisiana Department of Corrections for a probation parole violation. Takara Marie Scott was convicted of the crime of theft of a motor vehicle in Assumption Parish on February 25th, 2025. As a result of that conviction, Takara Marie Scott was placed on supervised probation for a term of 2 years. Takara Marie Scott was ordered to comply with special conditions during the term of probation. Scott failed to comply with those conditions, resulting in a warrant being issued for her arrest on March 26 of 25. Takara Marie Scott was in the custody of the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office and transported to the Assumption Parish Sheriff's Office on July 28, 25. Scott was booked into the detention center on charges of a probation parole violation. Takara Marie Scott was ordered held without bond.
Okay, and finally, it's a traffic stop and a drug law violation ended in arrest there too.
Yes, Ariane Nicole Wiggins, 27 of 723 Cash Road, Morgan City, Louisiana, was arrested on felony drug charges arising from a traffic stop which occurred on Highway 70 in Pierpont on May 17, 25. A uniformed patrol deputy observed a westbound vehicle commit a traffic violation at the time and initiated a stop of that vehicle. The deputy made contact with the driver, now identified as Ariane Nicole Wiggins, and engaged Wiggins in an officer violator interview. At the conclusion of that process, the deputy believed the additional investigation was warranted. A search of Wiggins' vehicle resulted in the seizure of multiple controlled dangerous substances. At the time of this incident, Ariane Nicole Wiggins was arrested and booked into the detention center on charges of possession of Xanax, possession of Adderall, sale, distribution, or possession of a alleged drug without a prescription, possession of marijuana, operating a vehicle while intoxicated, expired motor vehicle inspection tag, possession of alcoholic beverages in the motor vehicle, driving on roadway lane for traffic. Deputies filed additional charges on Wiggins on June 27, 2025, upon confirmation of additional controlled dangerous substances identified by the Louisiana State Police Crime Lab. Ariane Nicole Wiggins was rearrested in Napoleonville on Monday and booked on charges of possession of methamphetamine and possession of LSD, also known as lysergic acid. She is being held on a $100,000 bond.
Okay, Lonnie, we appreciate the update from Assumption Parish. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Harry, for having us.
All right, we'll be right back with more Body Time right after this.
This segment was brought to you by A.J. Doman Chevrolet. We say yes when others say no.